Actually, I think the most frustrating thing for independent restaurant owners is that decades old question is why will customers go down the street and eat these cardboard burgers and pay too much for it versus coming in here and get an absolutely luscious, juicy burger that somebody has poured their heart and soul into and made absolutely prestigious, and it's something that you're going to want over and over again for the same price or less, and that really eats them up. That really burns their bridges. But if you've been in this industry as long as we have, then you already know the answer to that. But that really eats up a lot of people. The bottom line is, on average, 60% of people won't eat at an independent restaurant when they're out of town, just for fear of getting sick alone. And now since that pandemic, that has been increased significantly. We don't even know what the true number is anymore. It was 60% before that in 2019. So now you can assume it's significantly more. But what gives them that trust in the franchise, right? It's that level of assumed responsibility that they have. They assume these franchises have a specific level of cleanliness that they have to adhere to in order to carry that name. And in many cases, that's absolutely the case. Every franchise has requirements. Cleanliness is one of them. How much it's governed actually, depends upon the franchise, but that's enough to keep people coming back. That's one of the reasons they're so successful, right? So, as an independent, this is where we come in significantly. This is where the Eat Safe New York movement is such a tremendous benefit, right? Because the flag, the Eat Safe New York flag, is like a franchise for independence, but it gives you that level of credibility without actually joining any franchise, without falling under a bank of an enormous amount of rules and regulations and serving a specific menu that you don't quite agree with and giving away a majority of your profits, right? This is just an independent organization that assures customers that these are the safest places to be in all of New York City. So, unlike a franchise, which may or may not have a specific level of regulation when it comes to cleanliness, we are designated to this city. So everybody we have governing this is in the city. So as they walk around the city, they're checking to see if every one of our restaurants and bars are adhering to this. So every time they're busting a table, they better have an Eat Safe New York bottle in their hand and our red solution indicating that they're killing off all viruses and bacteria after every single seating. Every time they bust a table, every time they wipe a bar, right? And they're using this in all their common areas and bathrooms as well. This gives the customer a certain level of security. It's a peace of mind and sense of security that they know that table was just decontaminated for them. Every time they go into one of our establishments, they sit at a table, they know it was just now decontaminated for them. There's no chance of any virus or bacteria being on that table or those chairs. And it's heavily regulated. So that's what sets the difference apart. This is going to significantly increase the occupancy for these independent restaurants and bars who are participating in the program. We have an enormous marketing campaign which leads us everywhere from the airports to the subways to the hotels, to the rideshare programs. We've got real estate companies and other companies, and everybody we speak to wants to support their local restaurants and bars. They want to see them retain their own profits rather than give them away to third-party apps out in Silicon Valley. So it's phenomenal in so many different ways, and it's up to 90% cheaper for the customers to do this while they're supporting their local businesses and eating safe at the same time. These are the safest places to eat or drink in all of New York City. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.